It's time for another video. Dust edition. Bad Uber rider. You know, just dropped off this young dark-skinned chick. And this broad, man, she come in talking, blabbing about some old ghetto drama shit. Her and some dude, her and her cousin. So we get to the destination, and this broad is refusing to get out because she see the dude house she was going over hold some, had his arm wrapped around another chick out the door. So this broad want to kind of drag me along, try to tell me to drop her off farther and all this shit, trying to refuse to get out my car. And that's the thing about it, man. Now, this broad was completely in the wrong. When you get to a destination, no matter if you want to be there now, this is where you set your stop. Anything after that is an accommodation, man. But Uber, you dumb fuckers, man. Yeah, you fucking Uber network, whatever, y'all some dumb fuckers, man. Y'all enable these bad riders to sabotage drivers, man, because this bitch, I was trying to be nice, but this bitch may feel some kind of way because of her fucking mistake and give me a bad rate. You know what I'm saying? So I had to report this bitch, but I gave her a 5 out of haste because I had another trip waiting. But I ended up having to report this bitch and saying, letting them know that that 5-star I gave her was out of haste for the other rider. I had a ride coming up, that motherfucker canceled in the midst of me leaving that report. But that's what you gotta do, man. You gotta report these motherfuckers, man. Like, they're not your friend, man. Yeah, I'm in the Detroit City, and I'm black, man. Like they say, man, all black folk ain't your kinfolk, man. You don't really know where these black folks come from, man. You don't know what kind of upbringing, you know what kind of ancestry. Me, I'm a foundational black American. My ancestry come from this soil. It goes back to the slave plantation, man. Some of these black folks, a lot of these black folks, man, we think because they look like us, man, they talk like us, have our inflections, our black American lingo, man, and we be around them, we think they're really our kind of black, my kind of black, man. Yeah, there is a different kinds of black. A lot of these black people we went to school with, man, there's a reason why they didn't have respect for Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, man. We used to think they were just some badass black kids like us. No, man, they come from different ancestries, different backgrounds. Well, their parents didn't teach them those things, man. They didn't have no civil rights background, no history, no freedom fighting history, man. And all the time we've been thinking these Negroes were just some bad, they bad apples in that regard, but we used to think, I know a lot of us grew up thinking like, man, what's wrong with this dude, man? Talking about Rosa Parks, making fun. Yeah, because his ancestry ain't from here. These motherfuckers came in the after civil rights and all that shit. See, the ones who came before civil rights, before the 60s and all that, before we got the civil, quote unquote, civil rights, they've been here long enough. They family to where they feel the Jim Crow and all that. And they most likely taught they children things about what's going on. I use Godfrey as an example, man. He's from Nigerian ancestry. His folks came from Nigeria, but his folks been here during the Jim Crow era. See, like a lot of different foreigners, when they've been here long enough, I'm talking about like in the past, then they typically had that almost foundational, it's pretty damn close, foundational black American spirit, man. They know about the racism and all that stuff, usually, for the most part. But like the younger generation, man, I'm talking about, you talking about post-civil rights, people's families came in the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, man. They don't know shit, man. That's what we dealing with. That's why a lot of this black stuff don't mean shit, man. You got a lot of bad attitude from other black people, man. You can kind of tell, man, like, it's basically from where you came from, man. Where you came from, your family would pass down certain information, even if they're a younger generation of FBA, they would still have a certain reverence because that's, you know, the freedom fighters, the pro-black folks, and FBA lineage, man. That stuff get passed down, word of mouth, and you know, family raised them to have a certain degree of reverence for our black leaders, man, or black speakers, spokespersons. You know, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, but I said all that to say, man. You know, you got a lot of black folks out here, man. They think just because you're black, they can disrespect you or get certain privileges out of you, man. A lot of black people come at me like I'm their dad, or uncle, brother, cousin. Like, man, you don't, like, not even brother. Like I'm just some dude who they can kind of like finesse, and you know, they think they can just say anything, man. Like I'm supposed to accommodate them or something. And I always go to say, if I was a white dude or some foreigner, they wouldn't even expect it. She would have got her ass out my car. If I was some East Indian guy. Get the fuck out. I wouldn't even have to say that. Like, okay, this is your stop, okay. She would have got the fuck out. Because she would have felt uncomfortable coming at him with that familiarity shit that black people have a thing with, man. About some white guy, nasally sounding white guy. Okay, this is your stop. Do I have to call the authorities to put you out? Okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. That's what she would have said. But with me, these motherfuckers will call 911 to stay in my car and saying, I'm not getting out until you take me to where I need to go. We'll be at their pin location, but they're not satisfied with that. They say, oh, I made a mistake. Now, how would I know if they made a mistake or they was trying to finagle an extra, you know, some extra ride distance or whatever out of me? They made a mistake and I'm supposed to pay for it. That kind of shit, man. Now, you see why they're like black people, we can't say, hey, you know, there's no unity, fuck these niggas. You know what I'm saying? I kind of see why. But when I say that, but I kind of see why they would say that, because there's so much division, man. That division is based on heritage. See, a lot of that division is not based on that thing. Black people just don't get along. There's a reason for it, man. It's heritage. That's why we don't get along for the most part. You know, a lot of Nigerians over here get along with each other. A lot of Africans and stuff. See, a lot of black people, man, we dealing with a lot of us FBA. We're dealing with black people, man. We think they're from our heritage, but they're not, man. That's why they be doing a lot of ignorant shit that FBA don't do. And we just be shaking our head. Oh man, they're a different kind of black. They cut different. They've been reared different. Even ratchet chicks, FBA ratchet chicks, have a certain degree of understanding about our history, man. That's what I'm saying. It's an inkling. It's something there. It's something in them. They just know, you know, because they've been taught something. But a lot of these other motherfuckers, man, these niggas, these ignorant ass niggas, man, they ain't from where we from, man. They ain't from where we from. You know, they don't have no decorum, no elegance, no manners. They're like fucking brutes, man. Like, man, see, that's the thing, man. They don't respect the laws of the land, man. It's like, what I say about that is, man, like a lot of black people, man, they don't respect the laws of the land, not because they rebels, freedom fighters, they have no heritage of consequences of dealing with the law. So they come from these countries, man, where it's just more of them. Yeah, the corruption, they dealt with a lot of black on black corruption, and the white oppressor from afar has remote control the leaders of their nations, and it caused poverty and strife among them. But they come from a culture where it's mostly black people. They've been dealing with black people, so they truly look at the police over here, white authority, like fuck them and all that shit. But it's not coming from a place of bravery or from a knowledge of white supremacy. Basically, they don't have no history, really strong history of dealing with it. See, us, it's kind of been ingrained in us. We know what they're capable of. That's why you have a lot of black people, man, these foreign ancestry. They be talking crap to the police and shit. And they don't understand white supremacy to the depth that FBA understands it, man. They don't understand it. And that's why they get surprised on, man. Just a lot of these people, man, who get took out, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of these people get took out. And a lot of these cops, man, these cops will be blowing away black folks, man. A lot of them motherfuckers, man, if you dig deep enough, you'll see some foreign ancestry, man. Like, man, these motherfuckers they don't really got the teachings in them, man. They don't know about anything, man. Like, man, they just flying blind, man, when it comes to matters of racism, man. Don't mistake that back talk, man. A lot of these black people do bravery just out of ignorance, man. These niggas don't have the heritage that we have, the FBA. I ain't said my piece on that. To be continued.